The change is already happening, gang. We are in the middle of a global shift. Now, I break it all down in my most important book yet, America Awaken. Go to americaawaken.us and get early access now.
Someone asked me if I support the protests that are going on in LA. I 100% do. Please keep going. Burn down your own backyard if you must. You know why? Because this right here is the greatest campaign ad that this side never had to pay for. Y'all motherfuckers out there in Los Angeles throwing a full intro, like y'all just crawled out the Rio Grande, screaming death to America, in a country that gave you the freedom to do that. You were born at Kaiser Permanente in Burbank. Stop it. You ain't El Chapo, you're Chris from Pasadena. You ain't cartel born. You were Target born with a Costco membership by age 5. Half you protesting ain't even Mexican. You're American with Mexican heritage and a tattoo of the Virgin Mary you got on a Vegas bender. Don't get it twisted, I respect the heritage, but flying a foreign flag while on the country that gave you the freedom to do it, that's not pride. You don't even in Mexico unless it's for spring break in Cancun with a passport you got from the US government. And you won't go live there. Why? Because you like your DoorDash, your 7-Elevens, your air conditioning, and your freedom to scream dumb shit without a cartel rolling up on you. And let's be honest, ain't nobody screaming death to Mexico while flying an American flag through Guadalajara. You know why? Because that's how you end up in a back alley, starring in Cartel TikTok Season 3. Meanwhile, the rest of America is sitting back watching you block freeways during rush hour, destroying businesses, wearing $300 Jordans, screaming about injustice, in the city with the most social programs and diversity hires in the country. Y'all are the political version of throwing a Molotov cocktail at a Prius because you're mad about gas prices.
So Elon is now officially on the side of Trump when it comes to the LA riots. If you go to Elon's X feed, what you just saw there is one of the videos that he has been retweeting. And it's not just retweeting supportive videos of Trump. Just days after their colossal feud, Elon has largely scrubbed his X account of the more incendiary tweets, such as his accusing Trump of being in the Epstein files. And instead, he's tweeting out a number of posts fully supportive of President Trump's crackdown on Democrat insanity in LA. Here's another one that Elon just retweeted.
Trump and the federal government are actually deciding to enforce the law in California, specifically in Los Angeles right now. The local government in Los Angeles said they will not participate in helping ICE actually do their jobs. So ICE is attempting to do their jobs, and there are people who are attacking ICE. There are riots breaking out. I mean, you see it everywhere. So Trump then takes over the National Guard and sends it in to actually help ICE. Again, remember, because the local government said they're not going to do it. What he's doing is he's lying and trying to manipulate people's emotions. And he's trying to distract you from the fact that they don't want the law enforced in California. Because if you truly think about this, all of this is happening because the federal government is deciding to enforce immigration law in California. Democrats do not want that because the more people that get removed out of California, the lower their census numbers will be in 2030. Census numbers do not only count citizens, they count people. So all the illegals that are in California are contributing to California having more weight in federal elections. So the Democrats want to keep illegals there because it benefits them. So again, all of this is happening because Trump is actually enforcing the law.
He retweeted as well Senator John Fetterman's tweet, quote, "I unapologetically stand for free speech, peaceful demonstrations, and immigration, but this is not that. This is anarchy and true chaos. My party loses the moral high ground when we refuse to condemn setting cars on fire, destroying buildings, and assaulting law enforcement." Here's another post just a few hours after Fetterman's where Elon said, quote, "The difference between reality and the legacy media is insane." And then he showed this.
The LA County Police say that they have it under control. Carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know. What did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot.
Video after video has shown that these agents are the ones provoking protesters and also making up, aggression by these protesters that later video shows people were not aggressive.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
The unrest is isolated. LA is home to millions of people, most of whom are having a normal day here on Sunday.
You know, you've heard reports that there are riots on the streets of Los Angeles. That is not what's happening across the city of Los Angeles.
Governor Newsom's right. There wasn't anything like a riot happening on Friday, Saturday.
We just witnessed a protester thanking a National Guardsman for his service here in California.
LAPD, by most estimates, had this under control last night.
No, I don't think the National Guard is needed now. Things in LA are calm. There was a protest that got a little unruly late at night.
And actually, we could go on and on. What you just saw there is just the tip of the iceberg of all the posts that Elon has been uploading and retweeting on his X feed in support of President Trump and his crackdown on the riots in L.A. Now, at one level, Elon is no fan of California's feckless Governor Gavin Newsom. If you don't know, here's what Elon has said about gruesome Newsom.
You know what, guys, there's a reason why we criminalized theft in the first place. And then amazingly, I think Gavin Newsom came out against that proposition. Yeah, no. Honestly, he's the goddamn Joker. Gavin Newsom is like from the Batman Dark Knight. The Joker is in charge of Gotham. You remember when he took over New York, basically, and the criminals roam free and the citizens are arrested. That's California.
And he's right about that. Newsom, more than any other governor in the nation, has enforced a disastrous policy of anarcho-tyranny on California, where we have basically a legal double standard. Certain groups protected identities are considered above the law, where enforcing the law on them is deemed in effect illegal. All the while, Newsom imposes draconian restrictions on the law-abiding. Again, Michael Schellenberger was just talking about this the other day. Here's anarcho-tyranny in action in California.
California Democrats demanded people show proof of vaccination to enter coffee shops and then allowed people to smoke fentanyl on the sidewalk outside. They fined restaurant owners for trying to survive and then shut down gyms trying to help people stay healthy. Meanwhile, they decriminalized theft, refused to prosecute open drug dealing, and looked the other way as cartel-run fentanyl and methamphetamine networks took over entire neighborhoods. They demanded that social media companies censored dissent, labeled truth as misinformation, and silenced critics who warned of the obvious collapse. They banned plastic straws, but then passed out crack pipes. They prosecuted pastors for holding worship services, but refused to prosecute men who beat women unconscious on public transit.
Hey, gang, are you finding that allergies are keeping you up at night, turning your nights into a nightmare? Well, meet Sambrosa Sweet Dreams Night Syrup. This is your ticket to a sleep paradise. This isn't just any syrup. It's a unique blend of pure natural honey, soothing organic herbs, and a touch of doxylamine, a trusted antihistamine that tackles those pesky nighttime symptoms. Whether it's sneezing, congestion, or itchy eyes keeping you up at night, Sambrosa's got you covered. Take it before bed and let its gentle formula help you drift off and stay asleep. This stuff is amazing. Trust me. I mean, it knocks you out and you wake up feeling refreshed, not groggy. And the best part, it starts at just $11.99. No prescriptions, no hassle, just natural relief. Visit the link below and use code Turley for 25% off and finally enjoy the sleep you deserve. Click on that link below right now.
Are you going to get rid of the Tesla and the Starlink service that you have here at the White House?
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, I may move the Tesla around a little bit, but I don't think we'll be doing that with Starlink. It's a good service.
Where are you going to move it to? Move it around? What do you mean?
I have a lot of locations.
Actually, about the Tesla.
I got so many locations that I don't know what to do with them all. Look, I wish him well. You understand. We had a good relationship, and I just wish him well. Very well, actually.
So that's President Trump wishing Elon Musk very, very well, extending an obvious olive branch to him, which of course suggests that these postings and retweets go way beyond just Elon's disgust with Gavin Newsom and the anarcho-tyrannies inflicted on California. When all's said and done, there really is no way for Elon to win this clash with President Trump, and I think he learned that the hard way. He obviously is the richest man in the world, but riches do not necessarily translate into political power. If they did, Kamala Harris would be president right now. Political power is far more manifold than simply riches, and no one, literally no one on the planet commands the kind of political power that Donald Trump commands as we speak. I think it was Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, the crown prince, who said that Trump is not just the president of the United States. Trump, in many ways, is the president of the world. And what he meant by that is that no one in the geopolitical scene even comes close to commanding the kind of economic, military, and pop culture power that Trump commands. And unfortunately, I think Elon is learning that the hard way. You know, within 24 hours after their blow up last week, YouGov published a poll that found that 71% of Republicans sided with Donald Trump. Just 6% sided with Elon. I mean, in a word, that's called a blowout. 71% to 6%. That is a total and complete blowout. From a calculus vantage point, there was simply no way Elon was going to come out of that blow up on top. It's not like he could go over to the Democrats. The whole point of the blow up was that Elon thought there was too much spending in Washington. Is he going to go with the party that spends on steroids? Added $7 trillion to the debt over the last 4 years? I mean, Elon despises wokeness. Is he going to go over to the party that doubled down on the woke insanity? Of course not. So, I mean, there was nowhere for him to go in this. So he talks about starting a third party, but good luck on that. Who's been successful in doing that in our nation's history? Moreover, you know, a further concern I had was that the tech trad alliance that we saw form in 2024, the alliance between Silicon Valley and social conservatives, tech trad, who both teamed up together to save civilization from wokeness, that alliance risked severing because of this blow up. Again, you know, who's going to be helped by that other than the Democrats and the most extreme forms of wokeness in our nation? So when all said and done, there was just simply no win for Elon in this. And I'm very glad to see that it looks like he's recognized that, and that the rift between him and Trump clearly appears to be healing on both sides here. And, you know, that's in keeping with Trump's character. He does not hold grudges. That's very clear. He can get into a very open public knockdown, drag out fight with someone he then brings into his cabinet just months later, right? Think of Marco Rubio, little Marco, or think of J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance once called Trump a Nazi when he was writing for National Review back in the day. Or think of the very strong relationship that he's developed with Senator Ted Cruz. That was a bitter, bruising primary back in 2016. And now they're both very, very close. So Trump has exemplified the ability to reconcile. And it certainly looks like Elon is exemplifying that as well. That's good news for holding on to the MAGA coalition that has developed over 2024. And it looks like that coalition is strong and will continue on into the future.